Welcome to Sports News. I'm Barang Tony Uranta. Liverpool ladies have announced the signing of recently crowned African Women's Player of the Year, Oshoala. The FA Women's Super League champions secured the signature of the highly rated 20-year-old Nigerian international from Nigerian Women's Championship title winners Rivers Angels. Asisat is an explosive forward who was voted the most valuable player at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Canada in 2014, where she was the top goal scorer as the Falconets finished runners-up to Germany. She was also voted the most valuable player at the 2014 African Women's Championship in Namibia, as Super Falcons clinched their 7th title. She inspired Rivers Angels to their first league title victory since 2010, when they beat Pelican Stars to the title, as well as helping her side to clinch the Nigeria Women's Cup. Ghana captain Asamoah Gyan struck a dramatic late winner to keep alive his side's hopes of reaching the African nations quarterfinals. In a game of very few chances, Gyan snatched an unlikely victory when he latched onto a long ball and angled in a drive in stoppage time. In the second game of the day, South Africa threw away a crucial lead to force Senegal to a 1-1 draw. Opa Manyisa put the South Africans ahead in the 47th minute before Kara Mboji struck 13 seconds later to keep the Senegalese within a touching distance of qualifying for the knockout phase. And from Africa to Asia, where defending champions Japan crashed out of the 2015 Asian Cup as United Arab Emirates secured a 5-4 win on penalties after a 1-1 draw. The Emirates took the lead in the 7th minute through Ali Mahmoud when the Al Jazeera raced in only for a heavy touch, take the ball through to Eiji Kawashima. UAE will now face tournament host Australia on the 27th of January as they aim to reach the final for the first time on foreign soil. And with that, we end on Sports News for tonight. I'm Barang Tony Uranta, and Bimbo will be back with the wrap.
On the foreign scene, the main pro-Russian rebel leader in eastern Ukraine says his troops are on the offensive and he does not want truce talks with Kiev. Here's Cynthia Are with more details.
Well, thanks a lot. Alexander Zakharchenko said his forces would push the front line back to the borders of Donetsk region. They are in control of the city at the moment. The Russian President Vladimir Putin accused the Ukrainian government forces of criminal shelling of civilian areas. According to him, Kiev ordered the start of major combat operations along the front. Then an Islamist militant shot dead by French special forces 2 weeks ago after he attacked a Jewish supermarket has been buried near Paris. Police sources said Amedi Koulibaly had been buried in the Muslim section of the cemetery outside of the city. 17 people died in 3 days of violence in Paris that began with an assault on the offices of satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo on the 7th of January. Then Saudi Arabian King Salman has pledged continuity hours after his accession to the throne following the death of his half-brother King Abdullah. The new king moved swiftly to appoint heirs and ministers, including one prince from the ruling dynasty's third generation. King Abdullah died overnight, weeks after being admitted to hospital with a lung infection. Finally, the Democratic Republic of Congo Senate has amended a controversial census bill following 4 days of violent nationwide protests. The new version, to be approved by the lower house, removes the requirement to hold a census before the next election. The opposition had said this was a way for President Joseph Kabila to extend his time in office rather than stand down next year as planned. And that's the foreign news wrap-up. It's back to you.
Thank you, Cynthia. And now to entertainment news. Kunle Idowu, the man behind the viral comic character Frank Donga, speaks on the creation of the character. Mayowa Ogundele has details and other trending entertainment stories.
Well, here are your trending entertainment stories. Comic actor Kunle Idowu, whose interview skits have gone viral, said the series were initially created to educate rather than entertain. The actor, who plays a now famous comic character Frank Donga, in an exclusive interview with Entertainment News on Channels Television, said the interview was created to help young Nigerians develop their self-confidence at interviews. Unfortunately, the skits are now famous for their comic relief elements.
It was more of me encouraging people, not really trying to be an actor, or be a comedian. I was simply trying to use the medium of short films.
Nigerian-born Hollywood actor Dayo Okeni has been made an American citizen. The Hunger Games actor, who was raised in Nigeria until he turned the age of 15, received an American citizenship certificate earlier this week. Okeni, however, quickly reaffirms his dedication to Nigeria in an Instagram message posted shortly after becoming an American citizen. And speaking of Nigerians in Hollywood, Black November, a film by Jetta Amata starring Wyclef, Akon, Vivica Fox and other Hollywood buffs, has been receiving commendations from Hollywood practitioners. The movie, which is currently screening in American cinemas, has been appreciated on social media by movie buffs including Stacey Ivers, former VP of Warner Bros. And Universal Pictures critics Guy Lodge and Elizabeth Wiseman, amongst others.
We've tried the high road, now we're going to go low.
If the world sees this, the world...
To new music now. In the space of 3 days, Banky W, real name Bankole Wellington, releases music videos for 2 tracks: Unborn Child featuring Lynx and the love song Low Key. Unborn Child stars the 2 acts as New York police officers, with Banky W's character losing his life before his child was born, while Loki chronicles his intimate relationship escapades between 2 people. Well, that's it on Entertainment News. Thank you for watching.
And the main news again. INEC has restated its preparedness to conduct the general elections next month and said that PVC distribution may continue till February the 13th. And Saudi Arabia's King Salman has pledged to continue with the policies of the late King Abdullah. Thank you very much for watching the news at 10 tonight. Do join us again tomorrow. I'm Bimbo Oloyede. Have a wonderful weekend. Good night.